Listen very closely because if your morning bowl of oatmeal looks like the one I'm about to describe, you might be unintentionally harming your physical health every single day. Now, most folks over the age of 50 are under the impression that a bowl of oats is the ultimate gold standard for a healthy breakfast. We have been told for decades that it is heart-healthy, packed with fiber, and a secret weapon for shedding extra pounds, haven't we? But what if I told you that the specific way 90% of people fix their oatmeal is actually a hidden trigger for massive blood sugar spikes, internal inflammation, and the growth of stubborn belly fat? In my medical clinic, I witnessed this exact scenario playing out day after day. I have patients walk into my office feeling very proud of their healthy morning routine. Yet, despite their best efforts, their weight continues to climb, their energy levels completely bottom out before the clock even hits noon, and their clinical blood sugar numbers just keep getting worse and worse. Here is the part that truly shocks people. The oats themselves are not the villain in this story. The real problem lies in the 7 hidden mistakes that almost every single person makes when they are preparing them in their kitchen. Mistake number 4 is particularly dangerous because it is a simple error regarding how much you put in your bowl, a portion mistake that quietly signals your body to switch into fat storage mode, even when you are convinced you are eating a diet meal. But I have some wonderful news for you today. You do not have to give up on oatmeal. In fact, when you prepare it using the right methods, oatmeal can actually lower your cholesterol, keep your blood sugar steady as a rock, and provide your body with high-quality fuel for hours on end. So, before you pick up your spoon for that next meal, you need to make absolutely sure you aren't falling into these 7 common breakfast traps. Let's get started with the first and most frequent error. Pay attention. If your breakfast looks like this, you are sabotaging your own progress without even realizing it. I am Dr. Samuel Thompson, and in my medical practice, I see this same recurring pattern every single morning. I see people over the age of 60 who are 100% convinced they are making the healthy choice, but they are actually causing inflammation, blood sugar chaos, and serious nutrient gaps in their diet. Over the next several minutes, I am going to reveal the 7 specific mistakes that transform a legendary superfood into a total metabolic disaster. And remember, mistake number 4 is that portion trap that is secretly packing on the pounds even though you think you're doing everything right. I have spent more than 20 years of my life studying exactly how the food we eat affects the way we age. To be honest with you, it breaks my heart to watch good, hard-working people receive such terrible nutritional advice. They come into my office beaming with pride about their daily oatmeal habit. I smile back at them, but inside, I know we have to have a very serious talk. I have watched that seemingly innocent bowl of porridge contribute to unwanted weight gain, massive energy crashes, uncomfortable bloating, and a steady slide toward type 2 diabetes. This isn't some rare occurrence. It has become a full-blown epidemic. But here is the silver lining. You do not need to quit eating oats. When they are fixed the right way, they are a powerhouse of fiber loaded with something called beta-glucan. This specific fiber is a miracle worker. It lowers your bad cholesterol, shields your heart, and keeps your sugar levels stable. The fault was never with the grain itself. It was always about the preparation. My promise to you today is very simple. By the time you finish listening to this, you will understand exactly what has been going wrong and, more importantly, how to fix it immediately. Plus, I am going to share my personal golden formula with you. This is my foolproof method for constructing the perfect breakfast bowl that works with your biology instead of fighting against it. So, give me your full attention because we are about to bust some major myths and change the way you look at breakfast forever. I want you to think of oatmeal as if it were a high-performance sports car. It has all the potential in the world to win the race for your long-term health. However, if you pump in the wrong kind of fuel or if you drive it poorly, you aren't just going to lose the race, you are going to blow the entire engine. The mistakes we are walking through today are exactly like that wrong fuel. They are slowly breaking down your metabolic engine piece by piece, day by day. Are you ready to learn how to manage your health like a seasoned professional? Let's jump right into the most frequent mistake of them all. Mistake number 1 is simply picking the wrong type of oats at the store. I call this the instant oatmeal trap. This first error actually happens before you even step foot back into your house. You are standing there in the grocery store aisle, looking at all the options. You are likely in a bit of a rush, so you reach out and grab a box of instant oatmeal. I totally understand why you do it. The packaging is designed to be bright, shiny, and attractive. These boxes promise you a complete breakfast in just 60 seconds. It is a very tempting offer, especially when your morning is hectic and you just want something fast and effortless. But here is what the food companies don't mention on those colorful boxes filled with health claims. To make those oats cook that fast, the factory has to absolutely pulverize them. They take the grains, pre-cook them at massive heat, dry them out, and then roll them until they are paper thin or practically turned into dust. This industrial processing completely wreaks havoc on the natural physical structure of the grain and destroys much of the healthy fiber. Because of this, your body handles these oats in a totally different way than it would handle a whole grain. When that complex fiber structure is gone, the carbohydrates in the oats get sucked into your system almost as quickly as if you were eating pure white table sugar. Just think about that for a second. You think you are sitting down to a heart-healthy whole grain meal, but your internal chemistry is reacting as if you just finished a big piece of candy. The result is predictable. Your blood sugar shoots up incredibly high and incredibly fast within just a few minutes of eating. Then, your pancreas has to go into overdrive, pumping out huge amounts of insulin to try and bring that sugar back down. This violent roller coaster of highs and lows leaves you feeling totally wiped out and craving sugary snacks by 10:30 in the morning. It encourages your body to pack on fat specifically around your waistline. And if you do this every single day for years, you are significantly raising your risk of insulin resistance, which is the direct path to developing type 2 diabetes. And we haven't even mentioned the other ingredients lurking in those little paper packets. Most of them are packed to the brim with extra sugar, fake flavor chemicals, and preservatives. You are essentially paying more money to get significantly worse nutrition. It is the exact opposite of what you are trying to achieve for your body. I once worked with a patient named Margaret. She came to see me because she was baffled as to why she was gaining weight even though she thought her diet was perfect. She told me, with a lot of pride, that she began every day with a packet of instant oatmeal. When I sat her down and explained what was actually happening inside her bloodstream, she was absolutely floored. We switched her over to real, unprocessed oats and made a few other small tweaks that I'm going to share with you today. Within just 3 short months, she had dropped 15 pounds, and her daily energy levels were totally transformed. The fix for this is actually very easy. You need to go back to the basics. You have to ignore those flashy boxes that are screaming for your attention with photos of smiling people. Instead, look for the plain, humble bags that contain old-fashioned rolled oats. Or if you want the absolute best version for your body, go for steel-cut oats. Traditional rolled oats are just the whole grain flattened out with a heavy roller. This keeps the fiber completely intact. They take about 5 to 10 minutes to cook, and that extra time is where the health magic is stored. That cooking time is proof that the structure is still there. Steel-cut oats are even better from a nutritional standpoint. These are the whole oat kernels that have been sliced into small bits with sharp steel blades. They take about 20 to 30 minutes to get soft. I know that sounds like a long time on a busy morning, but you can easily cook a big batch on a Sunday evening and just warm up small portions throughout the week. I promise you it is 100% worth the effort for the health benefits you get in return. When you are shopping, read that ingredient label very carefully. It should list only one thing: 100% whole grain oats. That is it. Just one single ingredient. If you see the word sugar anywhere on that list, or a long paragraph of words that you can't even pronounce, or terms like natural and artificial flavors, put the box back on the shelf and walk away. You deserve much better fuel for your body than that. Now let's move on to mistake number 2, which is overcooking your oats until they turn into a thick paste. This is an error that many people actually think is the correct way to cook them. They leave the pot on the stove for a long time until the oatmeal becomes this heavy, gummy, glue-like mess. They assume that if it's soft and mushy, it must be done right. But that wallpaper paste texture is actually ruining your breakfast and stripping away the benefits. When you expose oats to very high heat for a long time, you are literally breaking down the healthy nutrients at a molecular level. Certain vitamins, like the B-complex family, especially B1 and B2, are very sensitive to heat. They start to fall apart when things get too hot for too long. You are essentially boiling away the very nutrients you bought the oats for in the first place. It is like throwing your health-giving vitamins right out the window. But even more critical than the lost vitamins is how that heat ruins the beta-glucan fiber. As I mentioned, this is the star player of the oat world. Instead of creating a thick, helpful gel in your gut that catches cholesterol and slows down sugar, overcooked fiber loses its strength. The molecular bonds break. You end up with a bowl of food that looks like oatmeal, but it no longer functions like oatmeal inside your body. You get all the calories, but you lose the protective benefits. Furthermore, while it isn't the biggest worry with oats, cooking at extreme heat, especially if you are using dairy milk, can create pro-inflammatory compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These compounds actually speed up the aging process in your tissues and increase inflammation throughout your system. They are linked to everything from skin wrinkles to heart problems. That is definitely not what you want from your healthy breakfast. I had a patient named Robert who told me that oatmeal always made him feel heavy and bloated, so he just stopped eating it. When I asked him how he made it, he said he boiled it on high heat for 20 minutes until it was totally smooth, because that's how his mom always did it. It's no wonder he felt terrible. We changed his cooking style, and suddenly, oatmeal was his best friend again. The solution is to cook your oats with a little bit of gentle care. Use medium or low heat. Don't ever blast the stove on high like you're trying to boil a big pot of pasta. Let the oats simmer quietly with just a few small bubbles. For regular rolled oats, 10 minutes is plenty of time. Your goal is for the flakes to be soft and cooked through, but they should still hold their individual shape. You should actually have to chew your oatmeal a little bit. It should have a nice texture, not be a runny pudding that you can just swallow without thinking. Here is a professional tip I give to all my patients. Take the pot off the heat when the oats still look a little bit too wet or slightly soupy. Don't worry about it. As the oats sit and rest for 2 minutes on the counter, they will finish absorbing that liquid and thicken up perfectly. This way, you avoid the overcooking trap and you keep all those delicate, healing nutrients fully functional. Now let's talk about mistake number 3, which is skipping the soaking process. I call this the hidden nutrient thief. This is the mistake I hinted at earlier, and it might be the most overlooked error in the book. It has a massive impact on your digestion and your body's ability to actually use the minerals found in the oats. Most people have never even heard that they should be soaking their oats. But here is the science. Oats, along with many other seeds and grains, contains a substance called phytic acid. In the medical community, we refer to this as an anti-nutrient. We call it that because this molecule can actually lock onto and kidnap important minerals like calcium, iron, zinc, and magnesium while they are in your digestive tract. It physically prevents your body from absorbing them. It basically grabs these minerals and carries them straight out of your body as waste. Now, to be totally fair and honest, if you eat a very wide variety of foods, this one thing won't cause you to have a massive mineral deficiency overnight. Your body is tough. But my question to you is this: if you are going to the effort of eating oatmeal every day for your health, why on earth would you want to block your body from getting those minerals? Why leave those benefits on the table? It doesn't make any sense. Furthermore, for people with sensitive stomachs or issues like IBS, phytic acid can make the oats much harder to digest, leading to gas and bloating. I have seen many patients who thought they were allergic to oats, but they just needed to soak them first. The fix for this is an old-fashioned trick that grandmothers used for centuries: soak your oats. This process turns on an enzyme in the oats called phytase, which breaks down and neutralizes that phytic acid. Here is how you do it. The night before you want to eat, put your dry oats in a glass or ceramic bowl. Don't use plastic or metal. Cover them with twice as much water. Then add 1 small teaspoon of something acidic, either lemon juice or some apple cider vinegar. This acidic environment helps the enzymes work much faster. Just leave that bowl on your kitchen counter overnight. You don't even need to put it in the fridge. Room temperature is actually better for the enzymes. In the morning, this is the key part. Pour that soaking water down the sink. Don't cook with it. That water now holds the phytic acid you were trying to get rid of. Give the oats a quick rinse in a strainer, then cook them like you normally would with fresh water or milk. You now have activated oats that are much easier on your stomach and have all their minerals ready for your body to use. It takes maybe 30 seconds of work the night before, and the health payoff is huge. There is really no reason not to do it. Moving on to mistake number 4, out of control portions. This is where the more is better logic becomes very dangerous. A lot of people think that because a food is healthy, they can eat an unlimited amount of it. They fill up these massive jumbo-sized bowls and think they are being amazing to their bodies. But even with a great food like oatmeal, the amount you eat is extremely important. At its core, oatmeal is a carbohydrate. It is a high-quality one, yes. But if you eat too much at once, it is still a huge load on your metabolic system. A giant portion will still cause a blood sugar spike, and your body will still take that extra energy and store it as body fat. It is a sad irony that healthy breakfast could be the very thing making your waistline grow. Also, eating too much fiber at once can actually backfire and make you feel sluggish, heavy, and uncomfortably stuffed instead of energized. I had a patient named David who was eating about 2 full cups of dry oats every morning. He was so confused about why he wasn't losing weight. Once we cut his portion down to a normal size and added some protein and fat, the pounds started falling off and his energy came back. The solution here is to use an actual measuring cup. Don't just guess or pour until the bowl looks full. A proper serving of dry oats for most adults is about 1/3 to 1/2 of a measuring cup. I know that looks like a tiny amount when it's dry. You might think it won't be enough to fill you up. But remember, oats expand like crazy. They will triple in size once they are cooked. That small scoop will turn into a very satisfying meal, especially when you follow my next tip about what to add to the bowl. Mistake number 5 is what I call the lonely carbohydrate problem. This means eating the oats all by themselves. You could do everything else perfectly. Buy the right oats, soak them, cook them gently, and measure the portion. But if you eat a bowl of plain oats cooked only in water, you are setting yourself up for an energy crash. Oatmeal is about 80% to 90% carbohydrates. Even though they are good carbs, if you don't have protein and fat to go along with them, your body will digest them way too fast. Have you ever eaten a big bowl of oatmeal at 7 a.m. and then found yourself completely starving by 9:30? Your stomach is growling, you can't focus at work, and you are hunting for a donut. That is because your blood sugar went up and then dropped like a stone. When that drop happens, your brain goes into emergency mode and demands quick energy, which usually means you start craving sugar and junk food. This isn't a lack of willpower, it is just biology. Also, as we get older, especially past age 50, we need to be very careful about getting enough protein at every meal to protect our muscles. If you skip protein at breakfast, you are missing a huge chance to keep your body strong and healthy. My solution is the power trio. Every bowl of oatmeal must have 3 things: your oats, the carb, a source of protein, and a source of healthy fat. This is the secret formula for staying full and focused until lunchtime. For protein, you can stir in some thick Greek yogurt, a scoop of high-quality protein powder, or even some chia seeds. If you like savory food, try putting a poached egg on top. For healthy fats, add a handful of walnuts or almonds, a big spoonful of natural peanut butter, or some flax seeds. These fats help you feel full and help your body absorb vitamins. When you combine these 3 things, your oatmeal stops being a snack and becomes a powerful, balanced meal that keeps your energy steady all morning long. Finally, we come to mistake number 6. Turning your breakfast into a secret dessert. This is the one that really frustrates me because people do it with good intentions. They want their oats to taste good, so they add just a little bit of brown sugar, honey, or maple syrup. They think that because honey is natural, it's somehow better for them. But I have to be blunt with you. Your body doesn't care if the sugar came from a bee or a chemical factory. Once it hits your blood, it is all sugar. The second you add sugar to your oats, you are fighting against all the hard work the fiber is trying to do. It's like hitting the gas and the brakes at the same time. You get the sugar spike, the inflammation, and the cravings, which is exactly what we are trying to avoid. The good news is that you can retrain your taste buds to enjoy natural sweetness in just a week or two. Instead of sugar, use cinnamon. Cinnamon actually helps your cells use sugar better. It is a true superfood. Use plenty of berries like blueberries or raspberries, which are low in sugar and high in antioxidants. Another great trick is to use half of a banana that is still a little bit green. Greenish bananas have something called resistant starch, which acts more like fiber and doesn't spike your sugar like a mushy, brown, overripe banana does. It actually feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Your health truly begins with the very first decision you make in the morning. Your breakfast sets the tone for your entire day and your entire metabolism. By avoiding these 7 mistakes, you are turning a simple bowl of oats into a powerful tool for a longer, more vibrant life. I want to thank you for your time today. I am Dr. Samuel Thompson, and I am here to help you take charge of your health using simple, science-based steps. Would you like me to put together a specific 7-day meal plan showing exactly how to balance these power trio ingredients for your morning oats?